Ironically, when I retired from swimming after the Olympics in 2000, like the colleague retired, I didn't think I would get back into the sport at all. You know, I did my education in international development studies, which was nothing to do with sports. I was in the corporate world. I had nothing, no connection to swimming or sports. So I thought that phase of my life would be over.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't, ironically. And when I came back to Malaysia, it was actually a coincidence. What happened was the coach of the Selangor team had just left, and so they were in need of a coach. The Malaysian Games were coming up, and so I thought, if maybe for a change, you know, just come back and help out a little bit. So 6 months turned into 10 years.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
And you promote swimming not only as a competitive sport, but as a life skill.
Especially as a life skill first before a competitive sport, because I find that swimming, everyone needs to learn how to swim. It's a necessity. It's a life skill, and it's you know, a skill that could save our lives. So it's essential.
It's healthy as well.
And it's great. Yes, it's of course, you know, the benefits of swimming: injury-free, no impact. It works the whole body. Yeah, it's any age. You know, babies all the way up to 100 years old you can swim. So yes, definitely as a life skill. And then from there to continue on competitive swimming, it builds character. You know, it builds discipline. It's so valuable, and I find it is so it's such a great sport for children. You know, I went through it, although it was tough, but that's what builds character, I feel, you know. And it exposes young children to competition, to being under pressure, you know, so that in when they grow up in working life,
it comes in.
Yes.
It becomes useful. Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So that's the difference between a swimmer, an athlete, versus a person who has not been in competitive sport.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm all for that. I mean, the benefits is just amazing, and it's priceless. Even sometimes you want to buy these things, so you know, you can't really do that.
It has to come from experience.
Exactly.
Excellent. So 10 years is a long time, and you built it up into a business. And what I understand, you didn't have a business background.
Not at all.
So how did that work out?
Oh my goodness, it was not a smooth journey, I can tell you. Definitely a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, a lot of blood along the way. Especially the first 5 years was tough, because transitioning from being a swimmer to a coach and to a business owner. You know, swimming, being good at what I did, technical wise, I was really good at what I did in swimming. Really good at swimming, really good at coaching. But running and starting up a business is a whole different ballgame altogether. We're not even on the same page. So it requires totally different skills, and which I was not equipped. So the first 5 years was really tough, learning the ropes of starting a business. You know, I had to do everything myself. Mark and I, my brother and I, you know, I'll be there registering people, and then right after registering, collect money, jump into the pool to teach. You know, come out with like counting cash in the bathroom. You know, when you start off, you don't have all this.
No.
Yeah, it was just very bootstrapped. It was very the tough way, you know. So it was definitely a really good experience growing from there, and it got hard throughout the years, and around the 5th year it got really tiring, because we were doing everything by ourselves. It was like 7 days a week work, 365. There were no off days, and so it started to take a toll on us, but we managed to pull through. We decided to hire a business coach, so that really helped us a lot. You know, the help from our business coach, we learned a lot about business, about managing people, running a business. So from that moment, I think things changed, and yeah, it got a lot better. It wasn't as stressful, and we learned how to actually be business owners.
I was surprised when you said, I'm not satisfied, I'm never going to be satisfied. So,
yeah, I suppose that competitiveness in me
it shows up every morning.
Yes. I always believe that, you know, we can improve, we can always be better, and when we start being satisfied with things, we start to get complacent, and stop striving for more. So yeah, so I do have this belief that always keep going and improve. Yes, women definitely invest in yourself. Uh, don't be afraid to use your time, money, and resources to get to know yourself well and to know what you want. I think women in Asia especially tend to not put themselves ahead. We're always, putting ourselves second to the husband, to the family, to the children, sometimes even third and fourth.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that we own and find our own identity, know what we want and go for it. Don't be afraid to go
Take
for
the
it.
plunge.
Yes, and don't allow anyone to say otherwise. And support one another, women, definitely.
When will you feel that you're really successful? What will be that point?
Not to say that I don't appreciate or value my successes so far. I do. But I suppose as long as I still can continue giving and improving, I will continue to do that and always strive harder, look for more.
You mentioned that you want to bring swimming and fitness as a culture, and you will feel successful and happy.
Yes.
As well, right?
Yes. When everyone knows how to swim.
When everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, water safe.